Thanks very much, Crispin. And finally, we come to the place that we love being the most on the election trail in election season. You're watching India Upfront live from Hyderabad. Today, the Prime Minister was in the city to carry out a roadshow, and this is, make no mistake, going to be the one state which is going to throw up the biggest surprise. Also, remember, this is the one state that has the only three-cornered contest, as opposed to, say, a Chhattisgarh or a Rajasthan or a Madhya Pradesh, where basically it's the BJP and the Congress slugging it out. Here, the BRS is in government, and both the BJP and the Congress are evenly poised trying to bring down KCR's government. That is the target that they have in common. In fact, over the last few days, both parties, whether it is Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi taking the charge for the Congress or the Prime Minister leading from the front for the BJP, have got one man in their sights, one man in their crosshairs, and that is K. Chandrasekhar Rao and his BRS. They've called him the farmhouse chief minister, underlining basically the three broad charges. One, that there has been rampant corruption and the state exchequer has been looted. Two, that it is his own dynasty, limited not just to his son and daughter, but his extended family of nephews who are close advisors of his, or those who are taking care of his parties working, those who are holding other portfolios in his ministry, and they largely are running the government on his behalf. And three, that the chief minister himself has become distant, has become inaccessible, and has turned into a farmhouse chief minister.
यहाँ तेलंगाना में भी केंद्र सरकार ने बहुत प्रयास करके करीब 2.5 लाख घरों का निर्माण पूरा किया है, लेकिन आप ये जानकर हैरान रह जाएंगे, इनमें से हजारों घरों को तेलंगाना सरकार गरीबों को देती नहीं है। गरीबों की दुश्मन केसीआर सरकार इन घरों पर कब्जा करके बैठ गई है। करीमनगर ने हुजूराबाद उपचुनाव में फार्म हाउस सीएम केसीआर को सत्ता से बाहर करने का ट्रेलर दिखा दिया था। मैं जहां गया हूं, तेलंगाना एक ही बात बोल रहा है, हर कोई कह रहा है तेलंगाना में पहली बार आ रही है बीजेपी सरकार।
तेलंगाना के बड़े बड़े नेता अपने महलों में, अपने फार्म हाउस में बैठकर सरकारें चला रहे हैं। उनसे ही सीखा आपके विधायक ने, जो आपके बीच आते नहीं हैं, और जब जब आपकी समस्याएं होती हैं तो अपना मुंह नहीं खोलते। आपकी यहाँ पे भी बड़ी बड़ी समस्याएं हैं। जो आरआरआर का प्रोजेक्ट है, उसमें कितना भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है। 10 सालों से बीआरएस की सरकार चल रही है तेलंगाना में। इनके सारे नेता बड़े बड़े महलों में बैठे हैं। इनकी जितनी भी नीतियां हैं, सब बड़े बड़े उद्योगपतियों के लिए हैं। ये छोटे दुकानदार, छोटे बिजनेस वालों, मिडिल क्लास, गरीबों, किसानों, आदिवासियों, दलितों के लिए कुछ नहीं है।
You know, it's not as if BRS is completely out of reckoning or that they have been relegated. If you talk to people here around the Charminar in Hyderabad, you will find plenty of admirers of KCR. Especially in the urban areas, the Muslim population has had a huge number of schemes, especially in the Charminar area, would be a stronghold of KCR, because this is the area where his friendly party, the IMIM, wields considerable clout. But overall, especially in the rural areas, and for this election itself, KCR knows he's a man who is fighting for survival. He has renamed his party the BRS. He has national ambitions. But what good will those national ambitions be if he doesn't manage to not just retain but expand his footprint from the 88 seats that he won last time around to the 100 seats he's promised out of 119? And which is why he is reiterating the emotional pitch. I'm the man who fought for Telangana. I'm the man who fasted for it, who delivered Telangana for you, who ensured that you get the youngest state in the country. Today he says, don't forget what the TRS did.
నా అంత ఎక్కువ కాలం పనిచేసిన తెలుగు ముఖ్యమంత్రి ఎవడు లేడు. ఈ కీర్తి చాలు నాకు. నేను కొట్లాడేది నా పదవి కోసం కాదు. ఖచ్చితంగా తెలంగాణ 100కు 100% పేదరికం లేని తెలంగాణ కావాలి. అది నా పంతం. కేరళ రాష్ట్రం మాదిరిగా 100% అక్షరాస్యత ఉన్నటువంటి రాష్ట్రం కావాలి. రైతాంగం గుండె మీద చేసుకుని హాయిగా నిద్రపోయి బ్రహ్మాండమైన పంటలు పండే తెలంగాణ కావాలి. తెలంగాణలో ప్రతి ఇంచుకు నీళ్లు రావాలి. నాకు ఇప్పుడు 70 సంవత్సరాల వయసు వచ్చింది. ఇంకేం కావాలి జీవితంలో?
So the big question really is, what could be the reason behind KCR ratcheting up the emotional plank for his party? When the Prime Minister carries out this massive blitz a day before campaigning is to wrap up in Telangana, who is it going to benefit? Is it only about Mission 2023, or does the BJP have its sights set on the much more critical election of next year, 2024, and whether they are going to do better than the 4 seats that they got in 2019? Joining us on India Upfront, we have with us Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, JVC Sriram, political analyst, Lokesh Jindal, also political analyst, Adil Hassan of the IMIM will be joining us in a bit, spokesperson of the BRS, Dinesh Chowdary, Ashutosh, senior journalist. But I want to begin with my colleague Somit, who is here in Hyderabad and in fact has travelled across the state as well. Somit, you've been covering the BRS for a very long time, the state's politics. Have you ever seen KCR this emotional? How do you explain this?
Well, in 2014, it was very much confirmed that KCR will be forming the government because, he fought for the Telangana state after forming the party in 2001. And, they've secured, over 60 seats and they've formed the government. And even at that time, Congress prominence was seen because they do have the base voter, Padmaja, that is 23 to 24%. They kept that base voter for the Congress party since 2014. And before that, they ruled the state. For 60 years, they ruled the state, Telangana state. That, well, Andhra Pradesh, we can say, and one of the strongest parties of the Telugu states, we can say. And after that, in 2018, it was the one-sided election because they were very much confident, and the BRS has won 88 seats out of 119 assembly constituencies. So after that, after winning 88 seats, initially 3 to 4 MLAs from the Congress have joined the BRS, and after that 12 MLAs all of a sudden have left the Congress party because they were unhappy with the then TPCC president Uttam Kumar Reddy, and they joined the BRS party. And
now the trend has reversed.
And now the
from
trend
BRS
has reversed.
We are going to Congress.
Sitting MLCs and also a few sitting MLAs and also former minister, even they have joined the Congress party. I will take few names like Ponguleti Srinivas Reddy, Jupalli Krishna Rao, and several others. So the prominence of the Congress party has all of a sudden increased. Before 2 months, Padmaja, the Congress wasn't seen nowhere in the picture. And all of a sudden, the wave has started for the Congress party. And all of a sudden, they started going very much aggressively. And the situation got heated up after Revanth Reddy has took up on the BRS and on KCR, stating that it's only the Congress party which can take the alternative stand in the Telangana state and which can form the government.
The funny thing is that Uttam Reddy used to be a fighter pilot, right, in the Air Force?
Yeah.
So instead of a fighter pilot, Congress got in a real street fighter, Mr. Dinesh Chowdary, and the original Telangana fighter was KCR. So now it's fighter versus fighter, and it seems that Revanth Reddy has managed to fight harder for his Congress. Is that the reason why your Chief Minister is so emotional all of a sudden? Is this fear?
Padmaja, KCR Garu has always had an emotional bond with the people of Telangana, and he always talks to them as a father talks to his children. So, trying to make something out of his speech, I don't think that works. And also, we can't compare KCR ji with Revanth Reddy or somebody else. Revanth Reddy is a person who has been caught red-handed while trying to buy MLAs. Revanth Reddy has many extortion cases against him, many encroachment cases against him, blackmailing cases against him. So he can't be compared with KCR ji. And the bubble of Congress will never materialize. All the hype which they are trying to create will definitely be burst on December 3rd.
The same thing about your party and your Chief Minister, that he is to be seen more in his farmhouse than in the Secretariat.
Well, they can make whatever allegations they want, but Telangana has been making progress in leaps and bounds, and it is #1 in India in many parameters. Why does Telangana rank #1 in the per capita income in India if KCR is not performing? Why is the GSDP growth rate of Telangana highest in India if KCRG is not performing? Why is Telangana has the highest per capita power usage in India if KCRG is not performing? How come we have surplus water even when entire India is facing shortage of water due to lack of monsoon rains? And how come Telangana has the highest number of
100
Gurukulas or
people
residential
standing
schools?
against KCR, both from Gajwel and from Kamareddy? Young men who don't have jobs, who feel cheated, are now fighting elections. Close to 100 in both the seats that he's fighting. Why?
Padmaja, they might be people who were influenced by the opposition parties, but we have laid down a challenge. Our Minister KTRG has laid down a challenge. We have fulfilled highest number of government jobs in these past 9.5 years. Show me one state which has conducted recruitments of more than us. Show me one state in India which has recruited filled up more than government jobs in these past 9 years. Can they answer?
Okay, let's go around the table. Let's try and figure out the mystery of why the Chief Minister is emotional. Sanju Reddy, why is KCR talking about Telangana formation all of a sudden? Is this the emotional connect or is this fear?
Is that for me?
Sanju Verma, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, Sanju Verma, I'm so sorry.
Sanju Reddy. Okay, never mind. I was wondering, Padmaja ne mera naamkaran kar diya naya on live show. Anyway, Padmaja, you know,
Go on.
Yes. Thank you, Padmaja. Padmaja, I just have this to say. You know, the BRS spokesperson was lying through his teeth and brazenly at that. I will not use shamelessly at that. You said Telangana has the highest GSDP. Telangana is the 9th largest economy, not the highest. You said Telangana has the highest per capita income. Telangana has the 7th largest per capita income, not the highest per capita income. But I will tell you a few things where Telangana is number one. Telangana for the last 3 months on an average has the highest inflation rate at 9% plus, and the only state giving it competition is Rajasthan. Telangana is the state which was hauled up by the RBI for treating RBI loans as grants. RBI had hauled up and suspended loans to Telangana for a brief period because Telangana government was fudging its books. I will tell you, which is the one state, be it Nizamabad, be it Adilabad, be it Karimnagar, be it Mahabubabad, if there is one thing common to all these areas in Telangana is that the midday meal scheme for children, for school-going children run by the KCR government has seen the highest number of, illnesses and deaths among minors and children as young as 6 years, 7 years or 8 years old. The midday meal scheme of Telangana government has been a complete disaster.
Why is there this emotional outreach then?
You tell me Padmaja, please, I heard it for a long time. You said that we will give 20 lakh urban households and 60 lakh rural households clean piped drinking water via the project Bhagirath scheme. You failed to deliver. It was the BJP which gave the people of Telangana via the Jal Jeevan Mission clean drinking water. You first said we will build the Kaleshwaram project for 3,000 crore. Then you said the cost of Kaleshwaram project has gone up to 30,000 crore. Then you had to take the central government's permission. The Kaleshwaram project will now be fully completed at a cost of over 1 lakh crore. Batao, aisa kyun hua? The three things that any government should be conscious about is accountability, accessibility and affordability. The Telangana government is neither accessible, nor accountable, and it is not affordable either. Inflation has skyrocketed. So stop giving a bhashan. You do not have basic data.
What's your point?
Your Jal Jeevan Mission has no role in Telangana. Your Jal Jeevan Mission has no role.
I'm requesting both of you, please, we cannot have a shouting match. Can we please have people speak one at a time? Please make your point. What's your point?
Simple point is this. When it comes to development, when it comes to the economy, KCR has left the state in the throes of a debt burden. Point number one. Point number two, young school-going children have been subjected to corruption at the highest level, and the midday meal scheme, which they were tom-tomming about, is a disaster. The Dharani portal, which was supposed to rationalize land records, is a disaster. They were saying we will celebrate September 17th as Hyderabad Liberation Day. But when the BJP decided to do that, our senior leaders were actually put behind lockup. That is the kind of appeasement politics that they do. Look at our manifesto. We said that we will give a laptop to every college-going girl. We did not say we will give laptop to only Hindus. But what has the BRS done? It has announced schemes which are specifically targeted to appease only the Muslims. What is the Congress doing? They are saying these schemes are meant only for Muslims. Whether it is giving 5 lakh worth of loan for higher education to Muslim girls, whether it is 1.6 lakh rupees which is to be given to minority girls who are getting married. BJP has
so basically all these tricks of the trade have been tried. Okay, all these tricks have been tried, Ashutosh, and none of them have worked, says Sanju Verma. Is that the reason why KCR senses that things are not as rosy, no pun intended, since pink is the color of the BRS? Is that the reason why that he senses things are not going the way he would have liked them?
Padmaja, I think it's very ironical when you look at TRS, and I'm using the word TRS soch samajh ke, because KCR was supposed to be the father of Telangana state, has decided to disown Telangana and embrace BRS. So this is the conundrum about KCR, and I always try to pick up the big picture. So the man and the political party who identified itself became synonymous with the Telangana subnationalism decided to disown that for the bigger ambitions. And I think that is now is coming back to haunt him, because he has to save his own turf. So I do not know why he changed from Telangana to BRS. Second point, I think the most important thing that 10 years in politics, if you are in government, is a long time for the anti-incumbency to surge, and he's basically facing that. Third point is, this is the one government which is in South India can easily be said that dynasty politics at its best. There are KCR and there is KTR. There is no other leader in the TSR who can in the BRS who can claim itself to have some independence in the political party. You go to Karnataka, you go to Tamil Nadu, you go to other places, but the kind of centralization which is seen in Telangana and in the BRS, that's amazing. And especially when he is somebody who announced, who declared that the TRS will make a Dalit as a chief minister. So I think there is enough reason for the people to be unhappy with him. But whether he loses election or wins election, that's a different story altogether.
Okay, let me quickly get Dinesh Chowdary to respond, and then I'll come to you, JBC Sriram. Interesting point made that you started as the fighter for Telangana and then you removed Telangana from the name of your party altogether, Mr. Chowdary. Suddenly you wanted to aim at Bharat. What about Telangana? Why should Telangana trust you when you have set your sights on Maharashtra and the rest of Bharat? That campaign has already started.
Yeah, Padmaja, definitely. Today, India needs rescuing from these both national parties and particularly from the draconian rule of Modi. So, already Telangana has established itself. Telangana has emerged as a winner. Telangana has won many accolades which other states ruled by BJP or Congress hasn't. So now we want to bring about a qualitative change in the national scenario.
You started as TRS, then you said bye-bye to T because you wanted to go B. I mean, if you want Bharat, then you forgot Telangana. Why should people trust you then?
So is Telangana not part of Bharat? Are you meaning to say that? Do you mean to say that Telangana is not a part of Bharat?
Okay. Okay, JVC Sriram.
Yeah, please. Yes, Padmaja.
Prime Minister carried out a roadshow. Who do you think it is going to end up benefiting? And what is the larger message and larger aim of the Prime Minister's roadshow?
See, I think, the BJP had an extraordinary surge in the elections which happened after 2018. But somewhere on the sentiment on the ground, I can say that probably BJP, which was at a shooting distance from probably becoming the ruling party or even the number 2 party, had its own decline. But in the last few weeks, I can say that from the time they announced that the OBC is going to be the chief ministerial candidate and the Madiga subcategorization and the manifesto and the kind of rallies which Yogi Adityanath, Narendra Modi ji, Amit Shah ji, Hemant Biswas Sharma, and even today Piyush Goyal, going to the intellectual meeting, a lot of things are happening on the ground. But primarily, if you look at it, as a political analyst, if I were to put it across, the fight is one side between BRS and BJP. In the other side, the fight is between BRS and the Congress. When I go to districts like Khammam, Warangal, Nalgonda, it is predominantly the fight is between BRS and the Congress party. BJP is not there in picture. Let's accept the fact. In parts of Mahabubabad, you have the BJP also coming into play, like, places like Kalvakurti. And what Mr. KCR has done, in fact, in the beginning of this debate, I think the person who's there with you told that there are a lot of people who have gone from BRS to Congress. It is a very planned issue. I can tell you from the constituency where I live in Serilingampalli, my corporator at the last minute shifted to Congress party. Kalvakurti, where BRS is facing a humongous anti-incumbency, Jaipal Yadav is not to be seen in the picture. He doesn't even pick up the call and he's not available. And what has happened? BRS has sent its sitting MLC who has not been expelled as an MLC and who has been given the Congress ticket. So what Mr. KCR has done is he has sent some of his close confidants, clearly knowing that there is an anti-incumbency against him, and in the event of an anti-incumbency in certain important seats, I will send my Benami candidate to be Congress, and I do not know the deal between the Congress and the BRS. Over here, a Madhapur corporator will get a Serilingampalli seat who was part of BRS for a very long time. His wife is a councillor in the adjoining seat. There seems to be a very clear syndicate activity happening between Congress and BRS in many constituencies. That's why in the morning I tweeted, Congress can send its MLAs after December 3rd to Bengaluru or any resort, but KCR will get them on November 30th to his farmhouse. The prospective Congress MLA candidates whom he think is going to play a decisive role.
You've given a very complicated theory, I'm sorry to say. Make it simple for us. Who is ahead and who is benefiting right now? Is BJP growing? Is BRS growing? Is Congress growing? You've given a very elaborate conspiracy theory.
No. Certainly BJP is better than what it was a couple of weeks back. That is the fundamental point which I would like to make. But is BJP in a position to form a government? Absolutely no. But in the event of an Ang assembly, I think BJP will have a role to play.
You're
certainly.
saying the BJP is doing better, but there seems to be some kind of understanding between the BRS and Congress. You've travelled across the constituencies. Which are the places where the BJP will benefit, if at all? Are they likely to make any gains here in Hyderabad? And what about rural Telangana? Where do you see the BJP making gains and why?
Well, Padmaja, see, BJP had that, attraction of the voters because of the polarization, we can say, because of these Hindu-Muslim issues and also several other things before 2011 where riots used to happen. And they have made good numbers in 2014. 5 MLAs they have won in the Hyderabad, and also, it wasn't expected. And this time...
It came down to 1 in 2018.
In 2018, it came down to 1 because of several issues. And later, after that, Bandi Sanjay has took over the post, and after Bandi Sanjay has taken over, then BJP started expanding in the rural areas, and now we can say at several places. And now, like one of our guests was also explaining, now the fight is between the BJP and the BRS in few.
Which rural areas BJP is improving and why?
And see, if we say that Nizamabad already they have won, they have won the parliament seat. Adilabad they have won the parliament seat. Secunderabad it's their parliament seat since last 4 times. And also basically if we see these places where minorities are there in Nizamabad, if we take in Nizamabad, Arvind Dharmapuri is fighting from the Korutla constituency, and he's having high chances that he will make out. And Gupta is fighting from the Nizamabad constituency seat, and these two seats are they are in the number one in the recent survey.
Nizamabad has a high Muslim population.
Nizamabad is having high Muslim population, and Nirmal. So these three seats from the Nizamabad they can easily make out, and also they can win in these three constituencies.
Why? Is it because there is large number of Muslims and there will be a counter polarization, or only because they believe in government schemes? What is the reason?
See, basically, BJP got the numbers, even if you take in the Hyderabad city, Goshamal and few other places where they are having good prominence, Padmaja, because they're having that Hindu and Muslim issues, and because the minorities are in large number in Nizamabad, we can say that even the candidates are strong enough. Arvind Dharmapuri, even he carries his father's legacy.
So you're saying that the gains, how many seats round figure do you think that the BJP could make?
See, 4 days ago, I can say this, 4 days ago, Padmaja, BJP was not seen going aggressive into the ground, in the battleground. But since last 4-5 days, we are seeing every day the parachute drops, big guns of the BJP coming here. And because of those, leaders, polarization do occur. And also at the same time, they grab the voters. And because,
so how many? Estimate,
we can say, Padmaja, they are targeting 25 and they are going aggressively in 15 to 20 assembly constituencies.
Urban or rural?
Urban and rural.
Okay.
Few in rural, the large number is in the urban. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So you think that they would do better in urban constituencies, and then there is rural. I want to actually play out, what happened when Rahul Gandhi at one of the rallies said bye-bye KCR. Let's just listen to what happened there, and then I'll come to you. I'll go to the Congress.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. ధన్యవాదాలు మిత్రులారా. Bye-bye KCR. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. ధన్యవాదాలు మిత్రులారా. Bye-bye KCR.
Okay, Adil Hasan and Lokesh Jindal also here, both with us. Adil Hasan, what explains this kind of confidence of the Congress? Rahul Gandhi जाके कह रहे हैं bye-bye KCR. हर रैली में कह रहे हैं bye-bye KCR. इंदिरा अम्मा का स्टेट है, इंदिरा अम्मा को वापस जाएगा, उनकी लेगेसी को वापस जाएगा.
राहुल जी को जानकारी का अभाव है, इंदिरा जी को दारुसलाम एमआईएम आना पड़ा था, और ये कांग्रेस की फितरत है, कांग्रेस का एक मिजाज है, जरूरत पर किसी का भी हाथ जोड़ लेते हैं और उसके बाद धक्का देना चाहते हैं. यही केसीआर साहब के साथ राष्ट्रपति चुनाव में, उपराष्ट्रपति चुनाव में इन्होंने मदद मांगी. उसके बाद अच्छा था, जब इनके लिए अच्छा कोई अरविंद केजरीवाल साहब को ले सकते हैं. ममता बनर्जी भी बी टीम, अरविंद केजरीवाल भी बी टीम, आज अखिलेश यादव मध्य प्रदेश में क्या कर रहे हैं, और उसके बाद देखिएगा कल कांग्रेस का क्या होगा. ये तो कर्नाटका चुनाव के एरिया के बगल में कुछ सीट के जीत रहे हैं. अब बीजेपी चाहती है कि हंग असेंबली हो, क्योंकि अमित शाह साहब को तो आप जानते ही एक्सपर्ट है ये सब मामले में, और कांग्रेस भी जान रेवंत रेड्डी की पैदाइश, उसकी पहचान आरएसएस से है, बीजेपी से, एबीवीपी से है. कोई भी बोलता है वो आदमी, जो आदमी एबीवीपी आरएसएस से है, उसको क्या बोलेगा. और बीजेपी और कांग्रेस चाहती है कि हंग असेंबली हो, लेकिन तेलंगाना की आवाम 10 साल में देखी है कि इंसानियत एक भी दंगा नहीं हुआ.
दोस्ती की बात की तो मेरे को याद आया कि राहुल गांधी ने ही बोला था कि मोदी जी के 2 यार. कौन है वो 2 यार, वो भी जल्दी से सुन लेते हैं, फिर मैं वापस आपके पास आऊंगी और संजू वर्मा से ऑल्सो गेट अ रिस्पॉन्स. यस,
बीजेपी, बीआरएस और एमआईएम एक है. मोदी जी के हैं 2 यार, ओवैसी और केसीआर. केसीआर चाहते हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी दिल्ली में प्रधानमंत्री रहे, और नरेंद्र मोदी चाहते हैं कि केसीआर तेलंगाना का चीफ मिनिस्टर.
Sanju Verma, how do you respond to this allegation that the BJP wants a hung assembly because then you will play kingmaker?
Padmaja, whether we will be the kingmaker or whether we will actually be the king in the hot seat, that, we will know on the 3rd of December. But I just have this to say, आपने क्योंकि एक clip सुनाई राहुल गांधी की, so I was just listening to a clip a couple of hours back by KTR, where उनको राहुल गांधी के बारे में पूछा गया, and he said कि राहुल गांधी को तेलंगाना के इतिहास के बारे में कोई जानकारी नहीं है, वो पप्पू हैं. These are his words, not my words. And then he goes on to say कि राहुल गांधी की पार्टी was responsible for the forced marriage which lasted from 1956 to 2014. He was talking about why Telangana could not become a state prior to June 2nd, 2014, when it actually became a full-fledged state after being carved out of erstwhile undivided आंध्र प्रदेश. तो कहने का तात्पर्य यह है कि बीजेपी राहुल गांधी पर तो निशाने नहीं लगा रही, उनको पप्पू मंदबुद्धि KTR कह रहे हैं, but be that as it may, I just want to say one thing. I see, and with no offense to you, many journalists saying, "अरे Hindu votes तो divide हो जाएंगे," but Muslims account for 13% of the population in Telangana. In 45 states, 45 constituencies, Muslims will play a pivotal role. All that is fine. If you're talking of Muslims playing a pivotal role in 45 constituencies, Padmaja, by that logic, why are people not discussing the fact that in 67 constituencies, OBCs will play a pivotal role? Constitute 48% of Telangana's population. मुझे ये बताइए, what has KCR and KTR duo done for OBCs in Telangana? The answer is a big zero. They have done nothing. And my second point, two things which we have promised and almost brought to fruition even before coming to power. We set up the National Turmeric Board, something which was pending for the last 40 years. We've also promised a central tribal university in Telangana, something which was pending for the last 3 decades, and Prime Minister has brought the sub-categorization of the Madiga community, an issue which was pending since 1994, into the mainstream conversation of the Telangana electoral battle. When was the last time you heard about how the Madiga community was shortchanged by both the Congress and the TRS/BRS?
Okay, fair point. Lokesh Jindal, respond to that. Everyone is talking about the consolidated Muslim vote, etc., etc. But there is one party who actually has given the maximum number of tickets this time around to the backward caste. It is the BJP. They are the only ones who have actually said that we are going to have a backward caste chief minister, even though they haven't named who it is going to be. It could be Itala Rajender, maybe they will bring back somebody into the state politics, who knows. But they have said we will have a backward caste chief minister, and now they have the support of the Madiga community as well. Look at the other parties. Look at your own party. You have a Reddy as your CM face. Look at the BRS. They have a Velma as their CM face and the current chief minister. Won't the BCs, who have an influence over 60 seats, also play kingmaker in this election?
Padmaja, am I audible? Yes. Padmaja, the BJP has G. Krishna Reddy as the state chief. And the BJP is not going to gain in any manner, because when it replaced Bandi Sanjay Kumar with G. Krishna Reddy, there were speculations that it is causing disillusionment from the OBCs. And with respect to KCR and the TRS as a political party does not have a core voter base, unlike Congress, BSP and other political parties.
As your state chief, so?
No, let me complete.
Now KCR,
but KCR, he has caused disillusionment, especially amongst the SCs and the STs. The KCR has not been able to have the minorities, is not able to reach out to the minorities. His policies have been centering around a very specific, you can say, upper caste, the capitalists with whom he was running his administration. So with respect to the OBCs, with respect to...
I asked you a specific question. In this election, you have got a few decisive communities, which is the largest community in terms of the percentage population. It's about 55% of OBCs, right?
50%.
50% OBCs are there in this state. And there is one party which is saying we'll have a backward caste chief minister. It's the BJP. Why should one not assume that they are going to have direct benefit of that 50% population?
No, BJP claiming that it is a backward class political party, but the actions do not speak. I have a simple question to ask to Sanju Verma. Why did Bandi Sanjay Kumar, he was replaced by G. Krishna Reddy? If the BJP was so much particular about the backward caste equation and all.
Do you have? I will get Sanju Verma to answer that. How many backward class candidates do you have? Do you know that you have the least, by the way?
I know that. Padmaja,
maximum tickets to Reddy's. Maximum.
Okay, I'm answering that.
There is disillusionment when you removed a backward caste Bandi Sanjay and brought in Mr. Kishan Reddy. Yes.
Padmaja, since Lokesh has asked a pointed question, let me just answer. I will not get into this GK Reddy versus Bandi Sanjay Kumar debate, because like I say, the parliamentary board and the core committee choose the candidates and who will head which state, who will be the Prabhari, what have you. That anyone who covers the BJP beat knows that. But Lokesh asked a very pertinent question. बीजेपी ने कुछ किया ही नहीं है ओबीसीज के लिए. दिस इज व्हाट द कांग्रेस क्लेम्स. दे ओनली टॉक द टॉक बट दे डोंट वॉक द टॉक. एंड आई टेल यू व्हाई वी वॉक द टॉक. We have given the first OBC Prime Minister to India, Narendra Modi. 35% of Modi's cabinet comes from the OBC community. 37% of our MLAs are OBCs. 40% of our MLCs are OBCs. And Madhya Pradesh, another large state, which went into polls. We first had Uma Bharti from 2003 to 2004, an OBC as the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Then we had Babulal Gaur from 2004 to 2005 as the CM of Madhya Pradesh. Since 2005, for the last 18 or 19 odd years, we've had Shivraj Singh Chauhan, another OBC as the Chief Minister. इसलिए ये कहना कि बीजेपी ने OBCs के लिए कुछ नहीं किया है, it is like saying that Sanju Verma is Lady Victoria, Lokesh Jindal is Elvis Presley, and Padmaja is Queen Elizabeth. ऐसा थोड़ी चलता है भाई साहब. थोड़ा पढ़ लिख कर आया करिए डिबेट पर.
Okay, let me ask you this, JVC. Do you think that there is disillusionment with the change in leadership? What did you find out in the BJP?
See, there are some people who have asked this, why this change? But they've understood that there is something which is being done. But at the same time, they have declared that the OBC is going to be the chief minister, and also the fact that the Madigas, who have been demanding this for 30 long years, it has been given. As a result of which, as your friend who was with you when you told, BJP, which was nowhere in the picture, is coming very hard, not only in the urban but also in the rural areas. Nizamabad, Adilabad, Karimnagar, Kalvakuruti is a place where there's a guy who has been losing for the last 5 times, BJP candidate. And they say he is supposed to win this time because he just lost by 78 votes. So there are BJP candidates who have stood with the people either in victory or in defeat for probably 2.5, 3 decades. And Telangana had voted more than 25% way back in 1998 to BJP. As a result of which, people who think BJP does not have support and structure, let me tell you, this is the saffron land which sent one of the 2 MPs of BJP way back in 1984 from Annamkonda, which is in Telangana. As a result of which, the BRS and the Congress will have to come together to form a Khichdi government, and BJP will be there as a kingmaker, I can tell you.
Dinesh Chowdary, respond to that. Historically, this is a saffron state. Even the PM spoke of how when they had only 2 MPs in the Lok Sabha, one of them came from what was then the undivided Andhra Pradesh. And that you will form a Khichdi government later with the Congress.
Padmaja, before going to that, BJP has been falsely claiming that we have established turmeric board and we have established this tribal university. But both of them are wrong, because tribal board has not yet been established. It was promised, and that too, their Nizamabad MP has misled the people of Nizamabad Lok Sabha constituency, saying that after I win in 2019, I will get the turmeric board in 5 days. And just before the elections, Modi comes to Telangana and says that we are establishing the turmeric board. And regarding the tribal university, it has not yet been established. We have identified the land and given it to them long ago, but the funds haven't been sanctioned and it is not yet operational. So, BJP has a habit of lying very badly.
Okay, Mr. Chowdary, we'll move on from there. Okay, fine. People will decide that. People are the best judge. Historically, the Congress says we have a historic connection because Indira Gandhi was MP from Medak. At the time she died, she was actually a member of parliament from Medak. And the BJP says we have a historical connection because when we have just 2 in the Lok Sabha, even then the Telugu people gave us a member of parliament. They have a historic connection, stronger than yours, they say.
They might claim they might have won in the past, but KCR ji has the highest credit over Telangana because he was the reason Telangana state has been created. It was due to his fight that Telangana people's dream has been achieved. 6 decades of struggle has finally been achieved due to KCR ji's efforts. So, if anybody claims they have a higher
lot of water has flown since Telangana.
If anybody claims they have a higher emotional quotient over Telangana, then it's...
speaking of emotional quotient, here is what happened at one of the rallies. I think it was in Rangareddy, where a lady actually walked up on stage and sang a song, not for Sonia Gandhi, but actually for their erstwhile MP. Let's listen into what she said.